What's up guys, Matt back again with another unboxing video, and today we're going to be reviewing the Ichiban Kuji Dragon Ball vs. Omnibus Masterlies Super Saiyan Gogeta.
Before we dive into the video, please remember to subscribe and hit the bell, like the video, comment your thoughts down below for us to discuss, follow me on my socials, and consider becoming a YouTube member to enter into our monthly giveaways and Discord server so our community can help you on your Dragon Ball figure collecting journey.
This figure is based on Gogeta from Dragon Ball Super Broly. The figure is based on the beginning of Gogeta's fight with Broly where he poses towards Broly. This is an Ichiban Kuji release, so if you'd like to learn more about Ichiban Kuji, check the video in my description below to learn more about it. If you're interested in buying this figure, then I recommend Bashman Collectibles, my favorite place to buy Kuji and collectibles. Link to their page in the description. Use discount code PEACHES24 in the comment box during your inquiry to get 10% off your first order. This figure was released on October 14th, 2020 along with the rest of the Ichiban Kuji set. Gogeta stands at just about 9.5 inches tall, weighs 1 pound 13.8 ounces in box, weighs 1 pound 5.6 ounces on his own, and Gogeta comes with his upper body, lower body, and support. Gogeta! Yo! Yeah, man, I love the original Dragon Ball vs. Omnibus Ichiban Kuji. I'm really hoping to recollect that set very soon, but this is definitely a great start because it's one of the figures, one of the two figures, I think, that I did not buy when the set came out because, yeah, he's a recycle of the Ultimate Variations Gogeta Blue, which I did review. You guys can see that review right here. So yes, this is a recycle for a different form, different color of that same exact figure that they did a few months later. I don't even think it was a full year later. So very interesting for them to do that. That's why I skipped out on him. But let's talk about it because I'm going to say this up front. I regret skipping out on him because, wow. Let's talk about it. Character choice. It is Super Saiyan Gogeta. Wow, we had such an oversaturation of Gogeta Blue and Broly in the market when Dragon Ball Super Broly came out. It kept going for about 3 years. I don't blame them because based off of the viewership of my reviews back then, people were all over these characters, and they still are. They're still huge money printers for Bandai. Now, I do think it's cool that we got a Super Saiyan Gogeta instead of Blue within Ichiban Kuji and Masterlies. I don't think we had a Super Saiyan Gogeta, at least not within Masterlies at that point. So it's nice to see a little bit of variation there, and that way you're not getting Gogeta Blue the entire time. But like I said, the market just had so much Gogeta. I think some hardcore collectors were probably getting a little sick of seeing Gogeta, so probably me included, which is why I skipped out on him in the first time. So as a character choice, I think I'm going to give him a 4 out of 5. And yes, I am Team Gogeta versus Vegito. Even though I like Vegito a lot, I like Gogeta better. His likeness is perfect, man. One thing that really stands out to me, he looks really good in the face, first and foremost. Your typical stuff that you see. Great detail and craftsmanship around his eyes. His smirk looks really good. Good little details under his eyes with the lines. All that good stuff. One thing that's really cool about this figure is that they made his eyes have a glossy effect on them. So in some lights, you probably can't tell in the video, so I'll try and put a shot right here. But you probably can't tell in the video that his eyes look dark normally, but when you put him in the light, they shine like they're glowing almost, and that is a really cool detail, something that I only see in things like Ultra Instinct figures. So it's cool that they decided to try that with Gogeta, and I think it works really well, and it makes him stand out a lot to the other Gogeta that this figure is based on. So Obviously, the likeness is a 5 out of 5. I think it's a fantastic way to do a figure and make him a little bit different if you're recycling him. The sculpt quality is really good. Of course, I will knock points because he is a blatant recycle of the Gogeta Blue. That's really the only similarity between both of them. I put them next to each other, and I could have sworn that something was a little bit different about where their head is positioned and the size of their hair, but I think that's just placebo. But it is really good. Great details along his baggy pants. His hair is sculpted really good. I love the way that his hair looks on this figure. I love that his jacket is like swaying and blowing behind him. He's ripped to hell. So, you know, very, very cool looking figure. And I think the pose is like super dynamic and very unique. It doesn't look quite the same as it does in the anime, I think. I mean, there is a point where he looks exactly like this in the movie, but then I think his position changes a little bit right before he starts fighting Broly, or it's before this one. I don't know. It's one or the other. But very unique looking pose. I love the way that looks because I think it's a combination of Goku and Vegeta's fighting pose from their iconic first battle. So I really like that. I'm going to give the sculpt a 4 out of 5. Paint and shading is my favorite aspect of this figure. He actually has more shading than the Ultimate Variations Gogeta Blue. His hair has a little bit more of a glossiness to it, whereas the Gogeta Blue has more of a matte finish. He has shading on his pants, whereas the Gogeta Blue does not have shading on his pants, and it's pretty noticeable. Lots of like heavy shading on the front of his pants. Everything else is the same in regards to shading for his skin and everywhere else. However, like I was talking about his eyes, they added like a very cool glossy effect on his jacket, on his boots, and on his armbands, and it makes him stand out so much. He just looks really cool. There's just like a little pop to him. So like these brighter colors and then the glossiness just makes him look a little cooler than the other Gogeta, the Gogeta Blue version of this thing. And that's what really makes me regret it, because I think in photos you really can't notice that. I looked at photos of this thing and you don't see any of the glossiness. And, you know, I don't like glossy in my figures quite often, but on this thing, man, look at that. It looks so cool. So I really love that. I think that they should do that more often with some figures just to make them pop a bit more. But man, I really love the way they did it. They even put it on his belt. So, and it's not like overdone. So it's not like, oh, it's so glossy. Like, it's very tastefully applied. So I'm going to give his paint and shading a 5 out of 5. Fantastic job from Bandai. And then finally, size and scale, pretty standard. He will scale well with all of your Ichiban Kuji figures. He is, you know, crouched down for the fighting pose, but even at that crouched down level, 9.5 inches is a very respectable height. I'm sure if he stood straight up, he'd be close to like 10.5, 11 inches. So that's pretty cool. I really do like the way that they size this thing out. Like I said, he'll look good next to anybody, even Broly. Size and scale is a 5 out of 5. I think that goes without saying. Absolutely perfect in that area. And yeah, if you want to pose him with other Gogeta figures, other Broly figures from Masterlies, he'll fit right in. But yeah, I am really regretful that I did not pick this up back in the day. He's so cool, but luckily he's still pretty affordable. Use my boys at Bashman to pick this figure up. I'm sure you'll get him for a great price like I did. And yeah, I think I'm going to walk away from this review and give this Gogeta a 4.5 out of 5. Guys, thanks for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to support me even further, I do have merch on the channel. You can go pick up a shirt, a tote bag, a mug, stickers, a hoodie, whatever you're comfortable with to help support me. We have a lot of different designs on there, and it's really, really cool. I have all of this myself, and I have more people picking this stuff up. So I'd really appreciate your support if you go pick up some merch. But thank you again for watching. But until the next video, guys, I will see you all later.